Hey, how you doing, everybody? As always, this is JD Lewis with Untamed Conversations. Um, Tonight, I have a pretty special guest. It is I guess you can call her a good friend of mine, good friend of the family, and somebody I like to hang out with on occasion and even have sleepovers with. Um, it's my wife. Yes, it's Tara. I figured, what better time to have her on than now? I mean, we've had a few episodes, and I have some good feedback, some good followers, and some great people. So let's go from there. And so we're gonna start now with first. I'm gonna let Tara introduce herself, and then we'll get to it.
Hi, everybody. This is Tara.
And let's start by kind of introducing how we met and kind of go from there. So we met through a mutual friend. Um, he's a friend of mine. He's a friend of ours. And when we first met, I guess you could say Tara was maybe interested in me or maybe not.
I thought you were very loud.
I get that a lot. I mean, I think quite a lot of people think I'm loud, but at the end of the day, they all end up realizing that, loud or not, I am pretty awesome. Yes, to toot my own horn. We went to a couple places. Tara met me. I think we went to the downtown Milford a few times with a few of our friends, and I think Tara started asking about me, if I'm not mistaken, and she was like, "Oh, he's kind of cool. He's cute, obviously." Um, we, I guess, didn't really hit it off at first. At the end of the day, she was kind of just like, "Oh, he's nice, but I don't really know who
Seemed
he is."
nice. You just seemed a little bit loud, but I thought maybe I could get to know you, see what was behind that loud voice and big personality.
That's right, everybody. Big personality. She means the muscles, of course. I think once Tara got to know me a little bit more, once she realized I had a child, I was divorced, this and that. I mean, I thought at first that was going to kind of take me backwards, and she's going to be like, "Yeah, no, you know, I'm a college graduate. I went to a prestigious high school. I'm doing great. I have a great job. I am not going to let this weirdo take me backwards." But I think everything changed. We went to a friend's 30th birthday party. We were at Bad Sons,
Yep.
and I walked in, and I was with another friend, and Tara was at the bar by herself.
Well,
So
I was getting another drink.
she was by herself, per usual. And I know she wouldn't mind me saying her name. Her sister Kelly was there, and I needed Kelly to be a decoy for me. So I asked Kelly to talk to the friend I was with to kind of distract him and yada 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 so that I can talk to Tara at the bar. So I walked up to her. First of all, let's start with this. When we showed up at the party, she came up and gave me a big hug, which she never did that. She barely talked to me.
I was excited for you to be there, somebody to talk to.
I was very concerned and confused at the same time. But long story short, I walked up to the bar. She had no wine in her glass. I asked her if she wanted wine. She said yes. They filled her glass up. I paid. Gentlemen. Yes, that's what gentlemen do. We hung out the rest of the night, and it was funny. Me and my buddy were about to leave, and I said, "Hey, Tara, you need a ride home?" She said yes. I put my buddy in the back seat in Hannah's car seat.
Even though I didn't need a ride home, I drove myself there, so I had my sister drive my car back.
Which I actually did not know that until tonight. I had zero idea. And then we ended up going to, like I said recently, I think in my last episode, we went to the Shiny Diner. We had,
Well, actually,
or we did
we
something
went
else.
to the Seas first, and we had a few drinks at the Seas, and then we were hungry, so we left the Seas, even though they have great food. We left the Seas and went to the Shiny Diner.
That's right. I remember that. We were at the Seas, and if I'm not mistaken, I forget who it was, but somebody was trying to convince you to not talk to me and not date me. They said I was. They didn't say anything mean about me. They just pretty much said that, he's a lot to handle and he comes with some baggage. And Tara was, I guess, ready for that.
Well, something I thought I'd figure out for myself.
So that's kind of the story of how we first met. I'm going to get even deeper and even kind of funnier how I think she set me up, but that's okay. Obviously, you think about being her parents and thinking like, okay, hey, mom, dad, I'm dating this guy. He's divorced. He has a kid. He's about to be 30 years old. Blah blah blah. I'm sure her parents were like, oh great, this is gonna be fun. Who the fuck is this guy? So Tara invites me over the house. No big deal. I show up at the house, and her parents are there drinking with all their friends, okay?
They weren't supposed to be there. They were already supposed to be out, in my defense, because I was living at their house at the time. And they said that they were going out for the night with their friends, so I assumed that they would have already left.
For the record, that's sort of true. I still feel to this day that she knew. So I walk in the house and all Tara's parents' friends.
Maybe I just didn't care.
Yeah, exactly. They're all drinking, and they all do the uncle and aunt thing, and everybody tries to intimidate me, shake my hand and squeeze my hand, and mind you, I was pretty much bigger than all of them. I get that a lot, but anyways, all these people trying to intimidate me, and they're like, "Who are you? Oh, you're the guy." Blah blah blah. Tara's mother was great, gave me a big hug. Tara's father was great too. He shook my hand, did the little neck grab in the back. That's his go-to, and my brother-in-law Eric can attest to that too. He'll shake your hand and then grab the back of your neck like, "Hey, I'm glad you're family, but hurt my daughter and I'll kill you." So it was fun. I met all of them. We had a good time. They went out. I forget what Tara and I did. I don't even really remember. What did we do that night?
We must have gone somewhere. Maybe it was one of those nights that we went to Crush.
Ah, that's right. When Crush was still open, that was always a good time. The one thing I will say about Tara, and this is kind of throw it out there, that I knew kind of from the beginning because she was so good with Hannah, which with me, nobody met Hannah when I was, I guess you can call it dating or whatever I was doing. Nobody met Hannah. That was just my thing. I didn't need 10, 12, 14 different girls to meet her. Granted, I didn't date that many girls. I wasn't having much luck.
Yeah, but I had told you that I did not want to meet Hannah unless you thought that we were going to be serious, because I know how important it is in a child's life that they should not meet their parents' significant other unless they're actually a significant other. Like if they're just a boyfriend or a girlfriend of your parent, then no, I don't think that your child should meet them unless you're serious and you think that something is going to be going further with them, because you don't want to do that to your kid. You don't want to have this revolving door of people coming in and out of their life. So I wanted to make sure if I was going to meet Hannah that JD was going to be serious about me and know that I was serious about him.
That's good. I mean, that's definitely a good point. I could say the same thing for. Let's put it this way: when I started getting serious with Tara, she decided she wanted to go on vacation. This is some shit. I mean, I got a story to tell you here. Where'd you go again?
Spain.
Yeah. She chose. We're dating. She's like, "Oh, I'm going on vacation." Blah blah blah. I'm like, "Okay, cool." And I'm like, I don't care. Go do your thing. I'm going to have fun with my boys, whatever.
Nope, I went to Ibiza.
She was gone 2 days, and
I was gone 2 days, and he's texting me, "Hi, I'm looking at apartments. What do you think about this one? This apartment looks good. This condo looks good. How about we move into this place together?" I'm like, I'm on vacation. You must really miss me.
Mind you, before Tara met me, she was already ready to buy a beautiful condo over near the Melba side of Milford, which would have been a great idea because now, for what she would have paid then, she would have tripled, maybe quadrupled her money. But that's okay. Instead of money, she got me. So I guess, that works. So she's on vacation. We're talking and going back and forth, and she posts a picture with 2 guys, okay? 2 guys. And I'm like, I thought we were dating. And then she texts me and says, oh, they're on their honeymoon. I'm like, bullshit. I mean, these are good-looking guys. I mean, they got muscles. They're good-looking.
Yes, they were both bodybuilders from California, but they were on their honeymoon in Madrid. So we went out to a dinner where we had you went and tasted, it was called the Taste of Madrid. So you went and you got to taste an appetizer and a wine at each restaurant where the locals would eat. And it so happened that on this tour, there were these two guys that were on their honeymoon. And so when we took a big group photo, that's who I was standing next to. JD was very jealous.
Anybody who knows me and who has known me my whole life knows I get jealous. It's not an insecurity thing, because at the end of the day, not to, be cocky or anything, but I know what I bring to the table. It's not a jealousy thing. I think it's just, in general, just the way I am. So long story short, she comes home. We start, getting serious. We find a place, found a beautiful place down near the beach in Milford. It was wonderful. This is funny. We thought we were going to lose out on the place. Tara went to look at it. I was at work, I think, and I met you. And I think there was somebody else who, I don't know what it was, but, we had great credit. We had the money. We had this, we had that. But they were just looking at somebody else. No big deal. The landlord of the place we rented decided to back out of the driveway and slam into Tara's car.
Yep, that's true.
And I guess that's how we got the place. She was like, please don't call anybody, blah, 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 blah. Tara's like, listen, it's not a big deal. I don't know if maybe Tara, greased her a little bit and was like, hey, listen, it's not a big deal as long as we get this place. Again, I would say 10 hours later, we got the phone call, hey, you guys got the place. It was great. So we moved in together. It was not easy at first, and she wouldn't mind me saying this, Mama Bear, Hannah's mother. As I've mentioned in previous episodes, everybody knows Stacy. She was not, I guess you can say, the kindest at first. She wasn't mean to Tara.
Oh, she wasn't not kind.
But I think she did whatever any woman would do.
She did what any mother would do.
Yes, exactly.
Somebody that they were unsure of because they hadn't really met or haven't got to know that well, that was going to be moving in with their child. So that's
go ahead.
Told Stacy and I told JD, and it's 100% valid of the conversation that we had, because that's something that you need to do when there's a child involved.
And I won't, divulge that conversation, but I know I heard it, and I know it was intense. And at the end of the day, Hannah's mother had every right to tell her, listen, the only thing I will say is she said, I am her mother. I'm looking out for her. Let's just say where we are now, 6 years later, I think, we're in a good spot. Stacy and Tara are... I think I can easily say
besties.
this. Yes, there you go. They're best friends. I mean, we watch their kids. They, Christian and, vice versa. Like, we have a very good relationship. I couldn't have asked for a better situation. But that's jumping ahead a little bit. I mean, I would say that where I am now, I have a lot to say thank you to Tara for. I was at the dealership for, 8 years at Toyota? Almost 9.
9 years, yeah.
I had my ups and downs. I made good money. I made bad money. I made no money. That's the life of a car salesman. I mean,
it happened.
And yes, it did. At the end of the day, if nobody knows this, the most hated people in the world, number 1 are attorneys. Number 2 are used car salesmen. So I had a pretty rough job, but at the end, I was in the middle of a divorce, so I didn't really have much to look out for. I was like, what the hell am I going to do? And luckily I had a buddy that said to me, hey, I work here, blah, blah, blah. Got it in the car industry. It's give and take there. I mean, I made some, like I said, really, really good money. But at the same time, for me, it was just hard. Like, I had some very good bosses. They let me leave early. They let me pick up Hannah. They let me do what I had to do. But I was pretty lost when I was working at the dealership. I had no direction. I got to give a shout out to my parents. My mom helped me out a great deal when I was at the dealership. My dad helped me out a great deal. He let me and Hannah move in. That was huge. Like, my dad did a lot for us. Like I said, both my parents did, but my dad, literally took Hannah and I in, and I would go to the gym after work at 10 o'clock at night, and he would put Hannah to bed. He would do things like that.
And you would watch Hannah when we were dating?
Yes, he would. For the record, I would come home from the gym, and Hannah would be on his lap, awake, eating candy at 4 years old, and I'd be like, Dad, she's supposed to be in bed. And he's like, yeah, I know, but she just wanted to give me a hug. I can definitely say that my parents helped my relationship grow by taking care of Hannah, giving me that. I don't want to say an out because obviously I don't need an out as a parent, but that gym time, that this, that, like, hey, I'm gonna.
Sign out an outlet.
There you go, an outlet, and I think my parents helped with that a lot. My sister helped with that. My cousin Pat and Catherine, they helped a lot. They took care of Hannah. Like those days where I had to work late at the dealership, they would go pick up Hannah from daycare because her daycare is in Orange. They lived in Woodbridge. I mean, it took a village to get Tara and I to where we are now. But I think that we had a lot going for us, and I think that even now, we had a lot more going for us. But it was a struggle. It was a challenge. I'm gonna let Tara take this real quick. I mean, where did you see, like, when we started talking and kind of from there, where did you see us going? I mean, did you see this being like, oh wow, shit? Give me something. What do you?
Yeah, no, I told you this before that if I didn't see us in some type of relationship, then I would not have gotten into that relationship. I wanted to make sure that if you and I were going to get together, especially because with Hannah in the situation, that if it was not going to be long term, then I didn't want it. So from the very beginning, I saw our trajectory of how we are and what we have now and how we have the house together and we have our own little family.
Yeah, but you were smitten at first. I mean, let's not kid ourselves. The blonde hair, the blue eyes, the muscles. You were just.
I think somebody loves themselves.
I don't love myself. I just know what I am. No, honestly though, I think that we brought the best out in each other. But what I was saying before, and I actually didn't get to my point because we kind of drifted off. I've been at FCP Euro now for 3 years, just about. Actually, I'm sorry. Next month will be 3 years. I would have never taken that leap without Tara. I was very, very scared to leave. I had every opportunity in the world to leave, but I wasn't going to do it. I was like, you know what? This is not good for me. I don't like change. I'm tired of this shit. But I went from, and again, I loved my job at the dealership, and I loved everybody I work with. My bosses, the owner, they were all great to me, and they always have been great to me. And still to this day, and Tara can attest to this, I'll get a Merry Christmas, Happy Thanksgiving. We will reach out to each other just to, that's the kind of relationship we have. Just to, like, long story short, I mean, we literally, my old boss 2 weeks ago is where we went and got our, Tara's lease was up and my lease was up. We went to my old boss and we got cars from him because we have that relationship. But I would say where I'm at now, I mean, FCP Euro has been the best thing that's ever happened to me job-wise. I mean, it's a home for me. And a lot of people say that. They're like, oh, we're a family, this and that. No, FCP Euro has taken care of me. They've given me opportunities that I don't think other companies would have given me. I don't have my college degree. Someday I wish to finish that. But I think for what I do and what I bring to the table at work, I mean, they gave me a shot and I ran with it. I am one of those people that if you give me an opportunity, I'm going to bang the fucking door down and I am going to do well. I'm going to take it. I'm going to run with it. I won't fail. But yeah, I mean, it's like, even to this day, I mean, FCP Euro has been that place for me that, I mean, I go to work every day and it's like, you know what? I'm happy to go to work. It's not, oh shit, I got to get up, I got to do this. I enjoy my job. I enjoy what I do, and it's a lot of fun. So I think that within those years, it's been great. There's times where Tara has to deal with me when I do get emotional. I think about the past. As you all, like I said, we talked about this in the first or second episode. A lot of stuff that's happened to me as a kid. Tara has to deal with that, and I'll let her actually take it and just kind of explain how she deals with me and what she does to handle that, because she wasn't around for that, obviously. What would you say that you do to really help me with that? Because there are nights where we come home and I'm an emotional wreck.
Well, I work you through your anxiety, and I know what causes you to be anxious. I know what causes you to become upset, and we work through it and let you know that it's okay, and it's okay to talk about it. It's okay to feel that way. You have to express it in a healthy manner, because if you don't express it or if you don't let it out, the negativity builds up. So it's important to express that healthy and to work through it with somebody that you love and trust, so that one day it doesn't weigh so heavy on you.
She nailed it on the head. I mean, I take my frustrations out on the wrong people a lot. It's something that I'm working on. You know, it's an emotional roller coaster for me.
And that's big of you to be able to admit that.
You know, I have been mean to the wrong people. I have been rude and taken out my anger on the wrong people, and those people stick by my side. You know, I think I still have. It's funny to say it because I'm 35. It's been quite a few years. I still have a lot of regret, I guess, as a younger child. I was a very good athlete, and I think anybody that knows me can attest to that. Baseball, football. I tried soccer. I wasn't very good. Soccer was not my thing. I tried basketball. I was decent. I just fouled a lot of people, and that's why they put me in, just to, you know, foul people and whatever. Football, I was very good. I had a couple scholarships in high school, and unforeseen circumstances, I was not able to take those scholarships. So then there was baseball, and you know, like I said, I've talked about this. I was very good at baseball, and for those of you that don't know, I was a very good pitcher. I was a great outfielder. The Connecticut Dogs. Rest in peace, Joe Norco. He was my idol. He was one of my best coaches I've ever had, and that man had more faith in me than I think almost anybody I've ever known. He pushed me to the limit. He pushed me to be as good as I can be, and I did what I had to do. You know, like I said, we played in the World Series. I had one of the game-winning. I was a pitcher against Tennessee, and I won. You know, so I mean, but I look back and I'm like, you know what? If I still played sports and I made it, I didn't get hurt. There wasn't other circumstances that stopped me. I would have never met Tara. I would have never had what we have now. You know, I think we're in a good position now. You know, we get to sit at home, yell at each other.
Everything happens for a reason.
It does. Let me ask you this, Tara. As my wonderful wife, I'm going to put you on the spot. What is your outlook on the next 5 years? What do you want in the next 5 years? What do you foresee us becoming in the next 5 years? And go ahead, let everybody know.
I foresee us still married.
Well, I hope so. I'm not going through that shit again.
I foresee us just working together and continuing to achieve what we want. And
I mean, I'm looking at a second bathroom, but that's me. I mean,
set our goals together and work on them and try to achieve them as best we can, possibly grow our family.
You want more kids?
Well, if it happens, it happens.
And I'm actually gonna hit that. Tara had said to me, if we have more kids, that's great. But this means a lot to me because this just shows me how much she cares about Hannah. And I'm not getting choked up. I'm not doing that again. But it means a lot to me. She said, if God forbid, or God will, we don't have any more kids. She goes, I still have Hannah.
Yes.
And
if it's not in the cards for us, it's okay because we have Hanny. That's what I've always told you.
And I'm getting choked up. That means more to me than Tara is her stepmother, and that just goes to show that she cares about that girl more than anything in the world.
I may be her stepmom, but she's my baby girl.
And just like, Tara's family, they love Hannah like they're her own. Tara's grandparents love Hannah like they're her own. There is not one person in Tara's family that treats Hannah differently, like she didn't come from Tara. And that means a lot to me. I think that I met the right woman. I'm in the right family. And I think that at the end of the day, it's just,
We're meant to be together.
yes, we were.
How
But
cute.
yeah, that's all I'm going to give you tonight. Like I said, I just wanted to bring Tara on because I felt like it was time, and she was really a big supporter of me pushing this through and really getting this going. She literally got me all this for Christmas to make sure it happened. So obviously, at the end of the day, it's my wife, Tara,
You are welcome.
and I'm JD, and this is Untamed Conversations, and can't wait to do this again.
Bye, everybody. Thank you.